5 versus 5 is one of the most requested game modes in Brawl Stars. So a little bit ago, I posted a link over on my Twitter and I filled up a 10-man showdown lobby, and pretty much the top 5 players all played one brawler and the bottom 5 players all played another brawler. So we did our own makeshift 5 versus 5. We had a few different matchups, tons of games, and in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you those highlights. Now, if you want me to make a part 2 to this 5 versus 5 series, show some support down below, leave a like, they're free, it takes a second to give one, so give me one. Also, in my comment section below, let me know what matchups seem fun for a 5 versus 5, because in this video, we start off with a Brock versus Colt matchup. So if you think there's any other matchups that would be really entertaining or fun to watch, please leave that in my comment section below, because I would love to hear your opinions. So the first match starts off on Brock, like I said, and the enemies are Colt. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to challenge that Colt over there, and I'm like, let's play it safe. So my teammate Brock gives me both of my energy cubes, so I'm really thankful for that. But now the enemy Colt, he cowered off like a pansy, so I end up stealing his box as well. And now I'm pushing up again. I'm trying to kill this Colt, but he leaves me again. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just take this box. So the first game started off really good. I got 4 energy cubes already, and now this is when things really get interesting. So we have some Brocks pushing up, but now there's a bunch of Colts up top, and you're gonna see in just a second here, all of the enemy Colts, I think there's 4 or 5 just in like a big group, and I didn't say to cluster up like this, like pretty much just don't attack the same brawler as you. So I tried to get a clickbait thumbnail there. All of the Colts are just going down, and at this point all of the Brocks are assembling. And up top there was a Gene. This person didn't read chat and they didn't get the memo. It's cool, we all make mistakes. I wasn't mad at them. Thankfully they didn't kill me or any of my Brocks. So yeah, this Gene was like the least of my concerns, and I was trying to kill them, but they just kept dodging and weaving all of my bullets. So I'm like, okay, screw the Gene, I'm gonna come over here, finish off this Colt. And right now there's 3 Brocks left. The Gene goes down, so since it's just all Brocks to win the first matchup, it's just a battle royale to the end. I try to kill one. I'm trying to be stingy and win, but I go down, but Brock still wins. Hopping right into game number 2 though, the top team is still Brock and the bottom team is Colt. So throughout the rest of this video, we do different matchups, and I try to play each brawler just to give you perspective. But for this first one, I just did 2 games as Brock, and then the enemy had to stay as Colt. Another thing that was really interesting is we did play the new showdown maps too. I haven't actually got a chance to play these yet. I haven't been too active on Brawl Stars lately, just with making content and then real life stuff. Sometimes I just like to take it easy, but a lot of these maps are really fun, and they actually made the matchups even more intense. I'm trying to pre-fire a bit in these bushes here. Pushing up, we have a few of the Brocks all gang-banging that Colt over on the left. Eventually the Colt goes down. There's still a bunch of Brocks left, and I feel like Brock on this matchup definitely dominated, but right here it's all Brocks left. So at this point it is a fight for your life to try and be the last man standing. Brock's got 2 wins, Colt's got 0 win. So between the Brock versus Colt matchup, I gotta give it to the Brocks here. Hopping into matchup number 2, this is Penny versus Jessie. So we do 2 games with every matchup. The first game, the top people are all Penny, the bottom team is Jessie, and then hopping into the second game of this matchup, we switch roles. So after this match, you're gonna see me playing as Jessie and then the other team playing as Penny. Right here though, I accidentally shot my teammate, and this Jessie was giving me such a hard time. I wasn't sure where they were at in the bush, so I was trying to like pre-fire, maybe nick them, but they were dodging and weaving and they kept on clipping me. So I was trying to charge up my super. They were charging up their super on me, and in just a second you're gonna see like they just rail me like 3 shots in a row. Now the problem with a Penny versus Jessie matchup is that whenever you use your super, so if I throw a mortar down or if the enemy throws a turret down, it targets who's ever closest. So that means the mortar can target a fellow Penny, or the turret can target a fellow Jessie. So this isn't like a fair matchup at all, but nonetheless it's still loads of fun. So right there we finally destroy that turret, and that Jessie, I'm telling you, she's still up there. So I'm kind of like, screw the Jessie, I'm just gonna go around and find something else to do. So I'm trying to push up, but again I find myself stuck with this Jessie. So Penny and me at this point are, I don't even even know. We're both probably fed up with this damn Jessie because they're dodging and weaving, they're nicking us. Clearly a better player than me here. And then out of nowhere, a Jessie sneaks up from the bushes and gets me. I was thinking to myself, like, you know, I should probably look out in this bush here, but I really wanted this damn Jessie dead, and unfortunately, that backfired. So right here, you can see the issue I was talking about with the turret targeting like a teammate technically. I know it's not a teammate, but it's still a teammate. But right here, we have one Jessie versus two Pennies. Penny versus Penny in the final matchup. So with that being said, Pennies take the crown for game 1 in this series. Match number 2 in the Penny versus Jessie lineup. Remember, I said we were switching roles, so here, you're gonna see me playing as Jessie. I'm trying to destroy this box, but I notice there's a Penny over on my right. So I get that first one all destroyed, and now I start trying to push on over to the second box. I know there is a Penny. I almost shot my teammate there. Sometimes you get spooked and you just shoot real quickly, but we regroup. We have 3 Jessies together. There comes a 4th one on the side. Now we have all 5 of our Jessies in like the same area, and we're just trying to take out this one Penny on the bottom. Sometimes I just suck with Jessie and I can never time her shots right, so we take out one of her mortars, but I ended up dying from the explosive radius on that mortar. So Ryan, he ended up killing me. This run wasn't the best for me, but still, we gave it our best, and apparently our best wasn't good at all. Right here, it's pretty hectic. There's like 3 Pennies on the bottom, all of the Jessies are up top, and when it comes to like a 5 versus 5, this is what I like to see. Just a whole bunch of action, all the teams together in one area and the other team in the other, and everyone just kind of going up against each other. So we have 3 Pennies on the bottom, there's a Jessie on this side, we have turrets up top. This battle is super intense. I wish I could have stayed alive a little bit longer, but at this point, there's all Pennies left in one Jessie, so it's pretty safe to say my team, the Jessies, lost, but again, Pennies won both the games of this series. So with that being said, let's hop into the next matchup, and that is Dynamike versus Barley. We got our boy Spicy Mike, aka Gordon Ramsay, and this matchup was actually a little bit different because it's thrower versus thrower, and I'm trying to, you know, get the Barleys, but the problem is everyone just throws whatever they throw and then they kind of retreat. Now there was a Daryl there. Again, that person, I think they chose the wrong person on accident. Luckily they didn't cause too many issues, and I'm trying to get these Barleys over here. All of the Barleys were like in this right side, and whenever you throw your Dynamikes, they kind of push back, but you have to push back when you throw to avoid damage. So it's kind of like a stalemate. We have all of our mics over here, and then all of the Barleys are on the right side, and there's just so much fire coming in. Fire from the Barleys, explosive from the mics, and I'm just trying to stay alive at this point. If I can just, you know, push in there a little bit, maybe get some chip damage, things would go well. But again, people are just throwing things and slowly retreating to avoid damage. So this matchup is a bit slower than the previous ones, but it still looks super intense because of all of the fire and explosions. Now that Barley goes up top, I realize, okay, this dude's cornered, so I threw all my explosives up there, and at this point, it is Dynamike showdown. Only the mics survive, so in this matchup, it's clear that the mics were superior against the Barleys. So with that being said, let's switch the roles and see how I can do playing as Barley. We got our boy C3PO, and playing as a max level Barley is actually super clutch. Like, you can destroy a box just with 3 bottles and they go away just like that. So right here, I don't want to push too aggressive because I know Barley's pretty weak and Mike can easily dust me with like 1 explosive, but at the same time, I want to try to get as many power cubes as I can. So we have all of our Barleys assembled. I took some damage from a teammate, but I knew it was an accident, so it's not too big of a deal. And right here, I'm just trying to find the mics. There's a lot of bushes on here. You can do some hiding, and I see 2 Santa Clauses up top, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna try to sandwich these people in the corner. I get a little bit of damage, but still not much to charge my super. And I don't want to push too aggressive because I can just die instantly. If they both hit me with a set of dynamites, I am done. Ryan threw his big bomb at me. I took some damage, but I don't want to stay right where I was to heal because again, they just throw 2 dynamites there and I'm practically dead. All of the Dynamikes on the left side, Barley's on the right. I finally get one. I think that's like my first kill with a thrower. And again, I get blasted by another big bomb and I actually take too much damage and I end up losing. So at this point, I'm pretty sure there's just like 2 other mics left. And I think the Barleys ended up taking the win here. So yeah, there's only Barleys left. And in terms of this matchup, Dynamike's got 1 and the Barleys got 1 as well. So we probably should have done a 3rd game. game is a tiebreaker, but it's safe to say this was a fairly even matchup. Hopping into the final matchup of this video, the top team here was El Primo and the bottom team was Bull. Now I made a 5 versus 5 video when Brawl Stars was pretty new, and I think we did this matchup in that video. But right here, my main goal is to try and not get too close to the Bulls. If I can just get one punch off and retreat, that would be enough for me. And generally, Bull counters El Primo like every time, so I just wanted to get my super and hopefully play it safe from there. But at this point, I'm starting to kind of get like sandwiched. I see, okay, we got a Bull here, we got another football Bull, and if Ryan would have went up, he could have probably cut me off and sandwiched me, but I noticed, okay, I kind of got some leeway here. I'm gonna let them get distracted on my teammate, and instead of, helping out, I get away and worry about my life. I'm just trying to stay alive for as long as possible and hopefully win it for my team. But out of nowhere there, a Bull comes from a bush. I use my ability to try to get out of there opposed to killing the Bull, and luckily my teammate ended up finishing off that enemy. But as quickly as I got out of that battle, there's another Bull to mess me up. I try to use my super to get out of there, but yeah, that didn't work at all. The Bulls in this battle actually end up winning, so Primos, unfortunately, we weren't able to do enough to stop him. Switching roles though, now I'm playing as Bull, and I know Bull counters Primo, but I don't want to let Primo get too many hits off on me. So my goal here was to just maybe take a shot, back off, take a shot, back off, and slowly deal that chip damage. For some reason, I thought, there was a dude camping up there, and it's funny I mentioned that because at the end of this battle, I think there's a Bull in a corner like actually camping there. So I end up finishing off that Primo kind of like a scumbag, popping out of the bush, coming out of nowhere. There's Ryan, this is like my friend slash arch enemy. He sees me there, so I shoot the wall in a friendly gesture, and at this point we have 3 Bulls on the bottom and 2 El Primos next to us, and I know Primos together can easily slaughter me, so I don't want to get too cocky and challenge them both at the same time. So right here, again, I'm trying to get one shot off, back off, one shot off, back off, and at the same time I don't want to damage my teammates because Bull's radius is a bit wide, so it's easy to do some friendly fire. But right there, I realized, okay, I got my super, he's getting sandwiched, and I can push him to actually finish him off. So at this point, I think just the Bulls are left. I don't know if there's any Primos, and remember I said there's one brawler camping off to the side? I think I actually see him here. Now I was trying to see if there were any Primos left. I nicked that dude. I don't know what he was doing in the corner, especially in this matchup. So whoever that player was, what are you doing, man? Like, I'm not mad at you because, we won and it's not like you killed me there, but I'm super confused why you were just chilling in a corner. So as far as this second matchup goes, Bulls ended up winning again, so it's clear to me Bull is superior to El Primo. Once this match ended though, we did a few more battles to try and get some thumbnails taken. I was like, hey, everyone go straight to the middle, all the pennies stand together, all the Jessies stand together. But people were destroying boxes, not everyone was going to the center. Ryan at one point had a fire drill, so he had to go and his brawler started going crazy. Then we tried to do a second game, but still some people weren't able to follow these simple instructions. So at this point, I just told everybody to say goodbye to YouTube. I'm really thankful for everyone who joined to help me out. Things went pretty much smoothly. There were a few mistakes with the Gene and the Daryl, and in terms of getting the thumbnail, we had some issues, but nonetheless, everything went super good. Like, everyone who joined my game had good connection. There was no yelling, no banter. Everyone just had a fun time. So if you helped me out with this video, I just wanted to say thank you with that. Remember, if you would like a part 2, well, technically a part 3 to the 5 versus 5 series, show some support down below, leave a like, and comment a matchup that we can test in a future video. Guys, this has been Eclihpse. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love on my channel, and peace out.